Okay, quick video showing how to use my little Sprite tool to take a graphic like this and import the sprites into Pico 8. Okay, so I've got a sprite sheet. Now this image is 256 by 256. Now the Pico 8 sprites are in total a block of 128 by 128 pixels. So that's this top left hand corner of the image. And what my little program does is it grabs just that part of any picture you load and tiles it into sprite data that you can just copy and paste into a P8 file that you've got open in a text editor. Okay, the rest of the stuff on the image is just scratch areas for work. So what I have on this image is I've got just the 16 colors that Pico 8 uses, so that when I'm coloring things in, I've got a color reference. So if you don't use those colors, then the sprite creator won't be able to see the pixels because it's looking for those 16 specific colors. Okay, so be warned if you're going to use this. So the rest of the area is just for me to like rearrange, move things before I assemble them into the sprite sheet area. Okay, so that's my image. So I've got that saved. Here's my little program. So I'm just about, this is it running. So it's on the GitHub. You can download it, and it's just a .NET application. Okay, if anyone wants to create one, it's not a very difficult program to create. You can look at the source code; it's easy to do. So I'm just going to load up that image into my editor. So I'm going to just look for that image, that one there. Open it up. It processes it, turns it into hex nibbles, and copies it to the clipboard for me automatically. I can manually copy it here, but it's already in the clipboard. So every pixel in that 128 by 128 image is 4-bit deep. So that's nice because that makes it just a nibble, which is just a hex digit, and that's how Pico 8 stores the format. So the data I've got in the clipboard. What I need to do now is go to Pico 8. I've got a fresh Pico 8, so if you look, there's no sprites defined. There's the default transparent sprite tile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. I'm going to call it test SPR. So I'm going to save that. Saves it raw as a P8 file. So I want to be able to load that now into my text editor. So if I do folder, Pico 8 will open the folder, and there it is. It is just a text file. So if I right click and I'll edit it with Notepad++, you'll see it looks like this. So if we just do GFX, hang on, put enough underscores, 2 underscores, GFX underscore, and I can paste my sprite there. And what's really funky, if I zoom out, you can actually, just by looking at the hex digits, you can start seeing the sprite images. Quite cool. Like old style ASCII art. Okay, but that's in there. So I need to now save that. So if I save that back, in Pico 8, I need to make sure I load that, because obviously this doesn't know anything about the changes that have been made to that. So if I say load test sprite, now if I go to the sprite editor, you'll see that all the sprite tiles are there. So the key thing, oops, he says on overwrite them, move the hand to. And you can see it's picked them all up. And I'm going to teach myself a bit of Pico 8 API by writing Pacman, which I'm quite familiar with. But yeah, there you go. So it's loaded that in, and those tiles are now then available to be used. I've got a funky colour background there because I'm using mauve for my transparent colour. Because I need black. My ghost eyeballs, well, the centre of their eyes anyway. And that's as easy as it is to use. So if you do any edits to the code or anything like that, So if I go to code and I just I don't know, print hello world or word. If I do that and I save that, the reason I use Notepad is because it does that. So it'll rebuild it, and you see there's the Lua code there, and it's as simple as that. Just make sure you load it. You can change the graphics again.